Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pitmaster X. Today we're going to be making a chili cheese sandwich, a grilled chili cheese sandwich. It's going to be delicious and hot. So as always, the first thing that we're going to do is fill up our barbecue with charcoal and start it up. We got our big block charcoal from Kamado Joe. Now I don't want to put in too much at first, because I don't want to create too much heat for the pan. So I'm filling it up about halfway, not all the way full. Put 3 of these starter cubes in, bottom vent open, light them up. And this should take around 15 minutes or so to start up. So our charcoal is fully lit now. We're placing our Dutch oven on top of the charcoal and let it heat up. In the meantime, we are going to dice an onion. A little bit of olive oil in the pan, and in go the onions. Two shallots can go in as well. Now most of you like a lot of garlic, so I'm putting in 3 cloves of garlic. If you like, you can do more. Crush them, chop them fine. And in they go. Our onions have turned soft and we're going to add 70 grams of tomato paste. And by adding the tomato paste, before you add the rest, it's going to sweeten the tomatoes. And this is a can of pulped tomato. And this is 600 grams of minced beef and minced pork. I'm just going to slowly simmer that. So because we need a little heat, I got a red jalapeno pepper here. We're just going to dump it in and just simmer together with our chili. And by letting it go in whole, we can take it out again as well. To sweeten things up, I just want to add some sugar, and I'm adding quite a bit actually. So that's around somewhere between 50 and 100 grams of sugar. But you really gotta look for, you wanna have a sweet chili. So we're really looking for flavor. So you gotta taste every now and then. So I'm putting in half what I have on the table right now, which is around 50 grams. And then I'm gonna add more as I go. Of course, we need a little bit of salt, 2 pinches, and fresh ground black pepper. Tablespoon of Mr. Lee Perkins' sauce, Worcester sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, whichever one you prefer. 200 milliliters of Kentucky bourbon. Now the Kentucky bourbon really gives you that oak smell, you know, oak barrel smell. Let's do a quick taste test. Fantastic. We do need to let it simmer a little bit longer because we want the fluids to evaporate, because if it goes on a sandwich and you got a really moisture chili sauce, it's just a little bit too much for the sandwich. Well, good, most of the moisture has evaporated, so we're taking this off the grill. Let it cool down a bit, and now it's time to start working on our sauce, and it's going to be really easy. I got these bell peppers. We're going to place them right in the charcoal. There we go. And I'm also adding these chili peppers. Make sure you keep turning them around and that they get roasted all over. These peppers are done. I'm taking them out. Now we're waiting on the bigger peppers to turn completely soft. Yeah, they turned nice and soft. So we're taking them out. Now I'm placing a pan on the grill. Let it heat up. I'm just gonna clean these peppers off just a little bit. Get some of that really dark off. Now I don't want to get all of it off because there's a lot of char flavor in there, which I want to keep. Just the most part of it. And then we'll put this whole thing, minus the top, into our blender. Same here, scrape off some of that roasted skin, get rid of the top and drop it in the blender. And the same goes for the peppers. Our pan has been heating up and we're going to put some old cheese in here. A whole pack full, grated Old Amsterdam. Now we'll slowly let that melt. Add some black pepper to it. So the cheese is melting away slowly. It's 300 grams and I'm going to add 100 milliliters of more bourbon or Kentucky whiskey. Now we want the alcohol to evaporate and we actually want that flavor, that oak flavor we want in our sauce. So it will help the cheese melt and at the same time we'll add a powerful flavor. We also want to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and 2 teaspoons will do the trick. Now the cheese has melted enough and we're going to put it in our blender. But before you put your cheese in your blender, you might want to check if it's heat resistant because not all blenders are heat resistant. Put the top on your blender, start it up and liquefy. Now we'll take a big bread, and this is Tiger White, that's what we call it in the Netherlands, I don't know what it's called in the rest of the world, but it's really nice to get a bread, big size, fresh baked this morning, and get really these thick slices of bread. Makes this for a real rustic sandwich. And we'll drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the outside of the bread, just to make sure it becomes crispy on the outside. Now we turn the bread around and take some of that chili that we created, put it on the bread. Don't be shy, I'll spread that out over the bread. And this is where our secret comes in. Look at the color of that sauce. Beautiful. If your blender doesn't grind down that smooth, just put it through a sieve or something. Put the top back on. Take one of these grilling baskets, put the bread in, there we go, and put it back on the grill. And now we're just waiting for the bread to get toasted. Everything else is cooked, so all we need to have is a toasty bread. She's done. Nice golden brown bread with all that goodness inside. Put it on top of each other. Now that is a tower of deliciousness. Can't wait to slice into this. Are you ready to take a look inside? There we go. Wow, that's just crazy delicious. Just a few of these pickled jalapenos on top. Jab a knife in there and it's ready to be served. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Well, I hope I didn't promise too much, but this looks good, right? It makes me so hungry, and this is just lunch. Man, let's take a bite. This grilled chili cheese sandwich is absolutely delicious, especially with a pickled jalapeno. It has that nice sharpness. Oh man, this is really good. I hope you guys give this a try. You don't want to miss out. You know, let me know how it turned out for you. And see you guys in the next video.